Today I've got the 2020 Hyundai Sonata, and I've got things that I like and things that I don't like after spending a week testing it out. This is not necessarily a review. These are just small things or bigger things that I've come across in my week of driving it that I'm going to share with you whether I like it or not. If you want to see a full detailed review of this car, I have that linked in the description below, and I even have a night video showing off how well these headlights do and look at night. But let's get started. Now, to start things off with my dislikes, in no particular order, one dislike that I have is that this is the hybrid powertrain. Now, I like the hybrid powertrain, but when you look at the top two trims on the gas models, you're stuck with a particular engine. You have to get a small displacement turbocharged engine with direct injection. I would honestly rather have the naturally aspirated engine that you get on the lower two trims, at least have a choice for that to be able to get it on the upper trims. But if you wanted the limited trim or the SEL Plus for a little bit more of the bells and whistles, you're stuck with only one powertrain option on those gas models. It'd be nice if they maybe offered a bigger 4-cylinder or a V6, but it's just a small turbo. And my next dislike, I'm going to stay here because I like this hybrid powertrain, but Hyundai used to offer a plug-in hybrid. You can no longer get a plug-in hybrid. Hopefully they bring that back, but at least right now in 2020 you can't get it. Now, my dislike number 3, as I slow down, is the brakes on this hybrid. Now, you're not going to experience this with the gas model, but the brakes are touchy. So with hybrid brakes, you have a regenerative portion to where you start braking. The very first part of your brake is regenerative. It's not using the actual brake pads. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You capture kinetic energy that way. But in the transition from the regenerative braking portion to the actual brakes, the Sonata has not perfected that yet. It is touchy. When you come to a stop, it's a little bit jerky sometimes, and perhaps it could just be this particular car. Maybe yours will be fine, but in all the other hybrids I've driven, I would say this is maybe the worst in terms of the way that the brake feels when you're coming to a stop. I've had no problems stopping the car, but it's not my favorite brake compared to others. Now, for my fourth and final dislike, it's a few really small, just little things that just kind of bugged me. So first of all, in the back seat, only the top limited trim gets a center armrest with cup holders. At least that's how it is on the hybrid. That's just weird. Also, the passenger seat is power adjustable on the top trims, but it has no height adjustment and no lumbar support. And the third thing, I ran out to the car to grab something, and then I wasn't going to drive the car. I wasn't going to go back outside, so I unlocked it when I was inside the house, ran out here to grab something, and then I went to lock it, and you can't lock it. You can't lock the car without the key fob. And you can't, most importantly, you can't lock it with the lock button when the car is off. It's just weird. Like, why can't you do that? Super nitpicky, but let's go ahead and move to the likes. Now, moving to the things that I like, in no particular order. The first thing is that it is a very upscale cabin compared to what you would probably expect, and coming from older Sonatas. Everything is nice touch. There's higher quality materials. The layout is still functional and practical, but looks more upscale and feels more upscale. And to kind of add to that, all of the little buttons and dials have a nice feel to them. They feel solid as well. They don't feel flimsy and wobbly. And all the touch points with my elbows and the grip on the steering wheel, everything, it just feels nice, and it just works in the sedan. Now, for my second thing of likes, it's actually a string of likes. There are several small, unique things that Hyundai offers that you don't typically see in competition, if at all, including a hands-free trunk. So you just approach the trunk, and then the trunk's going to open for you. And that's on the top limited trim. That's usually just in SUVs. You also get a blind spot monitor. So you've got a camera for your blind spot. Honda had this a few years ago, and they still use it, but on the passenger side only. Now you can use it on both driver and passenger side. You also have a solar panel on the top limited trim to help you get the most out of your hybrid efficiency, only on the hybrids. In the back seat, you get sunshades to pull up on each window on the limited trim, so that's really nice as well, usually only found in SUVs. And then the last thing, something you'll only find with the Sonata, is the Smart Pack. If y'all have ever seen Smart Pack, I'll link to it in the description below, but you have the remote parking assist. We don't have it on the hybrids, but the gas model, you can actually use your remote to park the car for you. Now for my like number 3, as we are in the Sonata hybrid test drive, be sure to check out the full review if you want to see this. Like number 3 is that this is a very quiet car, especially for a mainstream sedan. You don't always expect vehicles to do a lot to make a car quiet, but we have laminated front glass and laminated side glass on these front doors for every hybrid model and every gas model except the base model. And it just gives you a nice quiet ride at high speeds, low speeds, and even on a rougher surface road. My like number 4 is the ambient lighting. There's actually 2 parts. So first of all, you can have ambient lighting on the top limited trim where you get over 60 different colors, and you can even customize those colors. And it just lights up this cabin really nice. You can turn up the brightness, turn it off, whatever you want. But the other thing is that if you're familiar with blue light, and you know, like on your iPhone or on your phone or your computer, you can have it so the blue light is filtered, or you get a more yellow screen. That is actually to help not disrupt your melatonin cycle. So essentially, you should get better sleep. The Sonata on this screen, at least on our top limited trim, allows you to enable a blue light filter. So when you're at night, you don't get the harsh blue lights. Whether you see the blue lights, it's not actually blue lights, but the brightness of the screens, it filters that to give you a warmer, cozier light. So hopefully, if you drive at night, this isn't going to disrupt your sleep. Now my 5th like, something else that I've liked with Hyundais and Kias, is the warranties. So you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile hybrid component warranty on the hybrids, but you also get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on the gas models too. So you're covered for 10 years or 100,000 miles, but make sure you do your maintenance. And in addition to that, you get a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper new car warranty. So if something goes wrong, you should be covered. Now my 6th like is that the Sonata gives you some serious value at every trim level. No matter whether it's gas model or hybrid model like this one, you've got a lot of space, you've got good efficiency, you've probably got more features than many cars of the same price will have, safety tech and driver assist features, and the warranties that I just talked about. And overall, the Sonata is just a bang for buck type of vehicle that drives well and offers just about everything that you'd want. So that was the good and the bad after my observations of just driving it for a week. I wish I could drive it longer, but I hope you got a sense of what this vehicle is like, the pros and the cons. Leave your comments down below. Obviously, this is all subjective, so be nice in those comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out the full review of this car, and have a great rest of your day.